Hi folks, welcome back to my two-part series where my good friend author sent me actually two books. One was the Jedi Path and the next one was the Book of the Sith. Now everyone loves the Book of the Sith. We all love Sith. We all want to know more about them. The book looks cool. A lot of these came in those little holocron special editions that make noise. I get it. That's cool. I mean, I really do. I get it. That is cool. Not being sarcastic here. But again, reading it through, don't like all the comments. First off, Palpatine puts this book together of all these different writers and he has a book. That's fine. But then he's making comments on his earlier writings. I guess he wrote this when he formed the Empire, and now he's writing it when it's Dark Empire has happened, or is happening now. He's been reborn, and he's scribbling notes in his own book. Why would he do that? Especially over parts that he collected and already read. Thematically, it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Quinlan Vos is in a few of these and offers nothing of substance. Luke is in this, and so is Mace Windu's in this one, and they're both correcting the ideas of the Sith, like, this is why the Sith fell. You know, I mean, it's to balance what Palpatine wrote in the Jedi Path about, this is why the Jedi are arrogant and they fell. You know, so, I get it, but still don't like it. Again, great movie, everyone talking during it, so it basically is ruined because of it. But there are some good things in here. Luke does admit, which I thought was funny, this is a comment I liked, Luke admits that the Clone Wars timeline is a little confusing. And they also state that Quinlan Vos is alive. Like he's in hiding or whatever. It says, you know, Palpatine wrote that he finally got rid of Quinlan Vos too. And Luke goes, not true. Quinlan Vos survived and lived during the dark times. Well, how do you know that, Luke? Is he around? Did you meet him? Is Quinlan Vos, why didn't we see him anywhere? I don't know. I mean, but Quinlan Vos alive, confirmed in Book of the Sith. Again, rife with EU connections, so of course any EU fan is going to enjoy this, I guess. The Emperor collected several teachings. It's basically chapters is who all you're going through. You get the Sith lore history from him, some relics, Darth Malagus's war journal during Old Republic, so Old Republic fans get a lot to cheer about there. They make a lot of connections in that. Darth Bane has some writings, and you know, you feel like it's good old school Darth Bane. Mother Talzin, the Night Sister, she writes in her journal talking about the weapons and the secret tricks and spells and the gods and goddesses that they worship. All about Dothamir, its history, its, you know, culture there, the flora and fauna, the beasts that live there, and the history of them all. It's actually pretty good. You also have various dark side users. The prophets of the dark side are mentioned. There's a Jedi Prince reference that I had totally forgotten was in here. And Darth Plagueis gives his midichlorian study is in there, about midichlorians. And Luke ponders if, you know, he created Anakin, which is the thought that everyone is thinking, but was never confirmed by Lucasfilm. So, again, I think the timelines are the same. Palpatine's writing this during, you know, Dark Empire. Luke is writing it, I want to say, pre-New Jedi Order. But again, a lot of good stuff in here. If you love the Sith, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good lore, a lot of good facts, you know, a lot of good, you know, what all of the Sith powers and whatnot. The pages, when you switch chapters to someone else, the pages are cut differently. I forgot to mention this during the Jedi Path, but all the pages are cut like they're old, crumbly pages, which I really enjoyed. And this one's very thematic because he cobbled together all these writings in one book. And so his is Palpatine's pages, which are at the beginning and back, are very straightforward, whereas Bane's are on these like little spiky pages. Mother Talzin's are on these rounded scripted ones. It's the same texture of paper, but it looks more like parchment when Darth Plagueis is talking. It's basically it looks like he got off a stencil, a graph pad is what Darth Malagus's war journal is. And that's fine. I mean, I like the different tenses there. Again, there's a lot to like here. Just like the Jedi Path, this one's fine for EU fans. I don't particularly like it, again, because of this. And I did read Book of the Sith. Again, it was during all those times where we'd go, the whole family or my wife would go out to book shopping. They'd just take way too long, and Books A Million or Barnes & Noble, where books cost triple the price that they do on Amazon, so I'm not interested. But I did pick up Book of the Sith and start reading it over maybe a year or two. Finished it. But I was, just like on Jedi Path, I was excited to read this one. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Again, you know, don't want to be, I can't remember what wet blanket, I guess. as they say. Does anyone say that? But a lot of this stuff was covered in Ryder Wyndham's Jedi versus Sith. Now, not all of it, and there's a lot of good stuff all collected in one here. It is kind of weird that the Jedi Path talked about the Sith as well, and if they knew they were going to make Book of the Sith, maybe they should just left that out. I don't know. Either way, Book of the Sith really well. I bet this sold more than the Jedi Path because people are enamored with the Sith. What are they about? And I know it's before because Luke says there are no more Sith, so it had to take place somewhere in that era before he found out about the one Sith, right? But overall, it's fine. It's fine for anyone who wants to collect one. Again, mine said Disney Lucasfilm at the back, but didn't have legends on it, so I thought that was nice. I'm keeping it in the collection. I'm really thankful for Author for letting me for getting me these so I could reread them. That's great. The only ones, let me see, that I don't have now are the Bounty Hunter's Code, which I did reread, and I remember exactly where I was when I reread that one. And then the Imperial Handbook, which came out later. It came out in that time where Disney acquisition already happened, but they hadn't officially canceled the EU. So it came out in that, like, you know, the era where we're going, uh-oh, is this the end? You know, and that came out. And I don't think I ever read the Imperial Handbook. I did read the Bounty Hunter Code, but those are the only two I don't have. Do I want them? No, not right now. I mean, well, anyway, I wouldn't get them myself, but I don't know. It's just hard to recommend these. Like I said, I don't mind if anyone gets them. I agree, it's full of good stuff. But again, watch your favorite movie and have me talk loud about nothing but the movie. I mean, I won't talk about the movie. Just let me talk in your ear the whole time during your favorite movie playing and see if you enjoy that movie. Because that's what all those notations all over the side feel like. They just feel like interruptions that just take you out of the history. So I don't know whose idea it was to do that, but I think it was a terrible idea. Because you take all that out, yes, these books are decent and probably would have been in my collection. But because of that, this is the only way they're going to get in my collection. Again, thank you, Author. I appreciate it. So there you go. There's my 2 book reviews. What shall I talk about next week?